Timothy Chalamet back on the big screen, covered in blood, naked on Dave's screen, or
Back
shirtless
with
at
his
least.
guy Luca Guadagnino. Call Me by Your Name reunion for Timmy and Michael Stahlberg as well.
That's not peach on his face though, Dave. Tell me about Bones and all.
No, Timmy doesn't eat the peach in Bones and All, but he does eat some human flesh because this is a cannibal story. Ding, 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 ding. We talked about a cannibal story not too long ago, this year, with Fresh, the Daisy Edgar Jones, Sebastian Stan, Hulu Searchlight film. People might remember that. There's another cannibal movie that just came out too. I don't even remember. But this is like the third of the high profile ones this year. And yeah, Bones and All. Uh, Quite a throwback kind of story, but I think it's interesting and compelling for a number of reasons. Firstly, like I said, the Luca Timmy reunion is great. Luca Guadagnino seems to really bring a lot out of Timothy Chalamet, who I think everyone knows has been tapped for the last 5 years as one of the next great American movie star, really the leader of his acting generation. I think acclaim and clout he has earned through just great choices and just great performances, and can't wait to see him back again in Dune next year. But something like this is, I think, what really won people over to the Chalamet experience in 2017 in Lady Bird and Call Me by Your Name, because there's just a certain magnetism to the way he acts as a performer. And that being said, he's actually not like the lead of Bones and On. The lead is Taylor Russell, who is another, of course, rising acting talent. I think very fondly of her performance in the second half of Waves, for example. But pairing them together, uh, I think really sparks, because Taylor Russell is also quite up to the challenge and can hold her own against someone with like the wattage of Chalamet, and that was really cool to see. And Bones and All, it's a 1980s set story, so in the past, no phones, different vibe, and it's really kind of a on the road romance story where you get I think quite cleverly shown introduced to the cannibal side of the story through Taylor Russell's character. It and in her travels, she encounters Chalamet's character, who is a fellow cannibal, and they kind of become kindred spirits and lovers, trying to find, I think, purpose in meaning in their lives. And it's I think quite intelligent movie, because it's not really about like the gore or the horror. I wouldn't call it a scary movie at all. Like if you don't like the sight of blood, it'll bother you, but it's bloody, but I don't think it's scary, nor is it like indulgent in that regard. It's almost kind of like less about cannibalism than I expected, or at least less about the act of like watching someone eat somebody else. That's not really like what this movie's trying to do. It's more about, I think, like a self-loathing story. Like, these characters know that they are not normal, and there's a fucked up thing about them that they can't really control, and like that's what this movie really is getting into, about how these characters can find that inner peace and what even that means. And I think Timmy, towards the end of the movie, like, I think really communicates that really well. Um, yeah, I mean, in the process, you meet some other characters that cross paths with them. Mark Rylance plays a incredibly effective, uh, creepy character. Let's leave it at that. He's really nailed it. And then Michael Stahlberg, as well, reunion with Timmy and Luca, plays a different character, but also a bit unsettling. And I think that's what's kind of cool about Bones and All, is like it'll like leave you in these unsettling and uncomfortable positions as a viewer, but it doesn't ever really, I think, take advantage of that, because it really is more invested in like these two characters' relationship and their personal journeys, and how, I think, messy and not straightforward that kind of stuff is. So yeah, it's by its nature not for everyone. It's still about cannibalism, but I liked it quite a lot, and I would recommend it. It hasn't had a big box office, but I'm sure people who are interested will seek it out when it's available to them, and I would certainly recommend it.
Luca and Timmy is a unbeatable combo. Do you think this was a nod to Army Hammer for them? No, bad
I
joke.
I, I made that connection when the Army Hammer stuff did happen. It is honestly hilarious that that is as on the nose. It, but that's our reality. Like it's
Yep.
kind of amazing. Um, yeah, yeah. How about Army Hammer? You know, he
How
could have been in this movie, perhaps in a different life, but alas, here we are.
Yeah, who knows if we'll see him again. But anyways, I can't wait to check this out. Love Luca, love Timmy. Them together's great. And like you said, I think um, Taylor Haven or Taylor Russell is definitely someone just to continue buying stock in. Seems like she's poised for a breakout in the near future.